Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to this SDH 1v1. I am joined with Aiden McFadden, who is with Louisville City FC right now. All right, Aiden, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. It's a little cloudy up here in Georgia, so hoping the sun can come back out a little bit. But it is what it is.
Yeah, that's here. Weather's turbulent.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But I want to get started a little bit. I want to touch on your journey, kind of from MLS Super Draft all the way up until now, being with Louisville and kind of getting through with that journey. So MLS Super Draft comes around, 2021. You get drafted from Atlanta United. What is your initial reaction?
Wow. Yeah, it's been a bit now. My initial reaction, I've said this before, was I was surprised. I wasn't entirely sure I could be drafted. At that point, I was thinking about fifth and sixth yearing somewhere and getting my master's paid for, which I've said now, you look back on it, if you're weighing a second team contract and a free master's program, it's probably not the smartest thing to move across the country and pursue a second team deal. But yeah, that's what I did, and it worked out. I had a good time. But that initial reaction, yeah, I wasn't entirely sure that I could get picked. Um, I was just kind of hanging out and found out my name was picked, and I was pretty excited at that point.
And I think it's interesting with Atlanta United doing some research, especially on kind of your journey here with the twos, with the first team, and now obviously with Louisville. It's so interesting. Your debut with the twos was against Louisville City FC.
It was, yeah. Yeah, I have a nice picture with Chris Hubbard. He was a goalie here at Louisville. I played with at Notre Dame. So yeah, it's crazy how sometimes small this world is. But that was a special moment for sure. And it's funny how it's kind of come full circle.
And then on top of that, you score a goal in the next matchup against Louisville City FC, the only goal in a 1-0 victory when they came to Fifth Third Stadium. So it feels like a big full circle moment. At that moment, were there some thought, like, did you just kind of in this decision and when coming on loan with Louisville, kind of knowing the club already, was it some familiarity there a little bit?
A bit. I think a lot of people I knew a lot of people here. There were some connections. Yeah, Louisville does their homework. I found out after the fact that a lot of people had conversations about me, about the kind of guy I was, and thankfully they said the right things, and it all worked out. But they make sure that who they bring in here fits what they're trying to build, and they definitely did their research on me. But it's worked out pretty well.
In building that, what did they kind of tell you and kind of getting you invested into what they wanted to rebuild over there at Louisville?
Well, I think rebuild is a tough word. I don't know if everyone here would agree with it. They've been doing pretty well for themselves. It's a good team. I think last year maybe they weren't thrilled with their finish in the league table, but another Eastern Conference final. Um, so yeah, there's a legacy kind of here of, there's an expectation of where they want to reach, where they're expected to reach. And I guess our goal this year is to smash that. And yeah, it's a fantastic group of guys. I've really enjoyed spending every day here with them, and I'm excited for what we could do.
You mentioned that legacy, and do you feel a little bit of pressure kind of stepping into this? Or, you've been on loan for a little bit with them now and getting that permanent deal with them, it kind of solidifies your spot with them a little bit. Did you feel that pressure coming into it initially?
Yeah, there's always pressure. That's kind of the nature of our profession. There's going to be a bit of that wherever you go. But yeah, they've welcomed me in here very well. I feel at home. And they expect a lot. They push you every day, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And yeah, there's a standard here. There's kind of a culture here. I think a lot of places can talk about that. We live in an age where everyone kind of has access to the books and the videos, and everyone will say, like, what a culture is. We all have that meeting of kind of what it means. But I mean, they live it here every day. And if you're not up to standard, you get let known that very quickly. Um, and so, yeah, the guys kind of ran me through it right when I got here, but I fit in pretty well. They might tell you differently, and I'm sure they'll say some things about me, but it's such a special group. I'm really grateful to be here.
In from the twos to then you jumped from the twos back to the first team. You played with Atlanta on that first team side for a little bit, gained a little bit more of that. I don't want to say bigger professional because the twos train you professionally, and then you get to the first team and it's a little bit more of an easier transition. But how has that experience helped you kind of grow and get ready for the new challenge and coming in and playing with Louisville?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think it's sometimes hard to fully appreciate those kind of moments when you're in them. And as I'm still playing, it's still at times difficult to even reflect. Um, but I've definitely been learning every day. I think Atlanta, there was so much to learn while I was there, and I'm hoping that I absorbed more than I even kind of give myself credit for. There's just so many special people there. There's so much talent across, just technically, but tactically. And yeah, I was listening a lot, and I definitely learned a lot. I'm trying to apply it here. But no, I mean, my time in Atlanta exposed me to a couple different coaches, a lot of different philosophies, so many talented players. And I'm really grateful to have seen all of that, to have been in on those meetings, to have witnessed, kind of all the ups and downs along the way, and to be able to bring a lot of that with me.
Is there a specific memory or moment that sticks out to you in your time in Atlanta that whenever you kind of get asked about it or it gets brought to, is that the first thing that jumps to you? What would that moment be for you?
Again, that's a tough question. You gotta kind of maybe limit it down. There's a few that were just kind of crazy. The first start in Toronto is, gosh, I mean, if you talk about this sport, a lot of times it's luck. I think there's a lot of talented players, but you have to be ready when that luck kind of gives you an opportunity. And it just happened to be I was on the bench on a second team deal, and Brooks gets hurt in warm up. It's crazy. Thankfully, he was okay, and then all of a sudden, I find myself playing in Toronto, and that's kind of probably why we're talking. It's why a lot of this came around. So, as far as strange moments that, if I have to be honest with myself, led to something pretty cool, that would be one of them. But then, good moments, there's probably too many to count. I've met so many incredible people, some lifelong friends. I mean, everyone in Atlanta knows how special a place that can be. And I was so grateful to be a part of it.
In coming to Louisville, I just want to ask, you've touched a little bit on kind of learning some of the guys, them really teaching you kind of what the philosophy and everything is there at Louisville. How has it been connecting with them and getting that experience and getting to know the team a little bit better?
Yeah, I can't say enough good things about the guys here. It's almost hard to explain until you experience something like this. And I hope every player throughout their career gets to be a part of a locker room like we have here. It's incredible. And we, kick the crap out of each other every day, but then you go into the locker room and you have a laugh with a guy. It's a special group, and I don't think words can accurately articulate, kind of what we have here. But again, that's easy to say. It's the hard part's putting it into practice, and I think Danny does a fantastic job of making sure that we live through the values that we say we will.
Absolutely. And I think my last question for you, Aiden, is just with the journey that you've been on from the MLS Super Draft to playing with the twos, playing with the first team, to then now playing with Louisville, what would be your biggest advice to a player who is in the same boat that you are and trying to figure out where that path can be in the professional world of soccer?
Come to Louisville? Yeah. No, I'd say that I touched on it a little bit earlier, that there's so many players that are very talented. They're going to be put in tough situations, and you just got to keep learning, even when things aren't going how you want them to go. Keep learning, because it's just, one moment of luck, one person believing in you can change your whole career. And I've definitely been on the good side of that. I think I've been fortunate with the way luck's kind of turned my way, but you always have to be ready as well. So yeah, keep training, keep learning. If you're in it long enough, it might be a few years before you really get a break, but there's always one coming. And at the end of the day, your job's pretty cool. You're a professional athlete. So enjoy that while you can. Don't get too caught up in frustrations. I've probably been a bit frustrated at times. I can wear my emotions on my sleeve, but I mean, I'm better for the journey that I've gone through. And yeah, just enjoy every day, learn every day. And when you end up where you're supposed to be, you'll know it. And for one reason or another, I ended up here, and it's been incredible. I'm very grateful to be a part of this group.
I see what you're doing at the beginning. You're trying to get some recruits over there at Louisville, which you should.
I don't think Danny needs any help. He's got quite the team. But yeah, I mean, why not? If you're a great player, come to Louisville. We'll take
you got the platform. You got the platform here. Yeah. You got it. No, absolutely. Well, Aiden, again, I just want to say thank you so much from everyone here in Atlanta. We just want to wish you the best of luck with everything that you're going to do over there. We know you're going to kill it, because whatever the player you were here, it's exactly the player they're going to get over there. It was phenomenal to watch you play here, and we're excited to see what you do over there. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Well, I appreciate it. And yeah, I mean, I don't have anything but good things to say about everybody in Atlanta. There's so many special people still there, and I'm wishing them nothing but the best. Yeah, I mean, I miss a lot of the guys. I miss a lot of the staff. They're incredible people, and some of the hardest working people I've ever been around. So I'm sure a lot of people are a little, I don't even know what the word is. It's a strange time in Atlanta because there's such high expectations, but I'm optimistic for them, and I'm rooting for them. And I'm excited to see what they're going to do as well.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, Aiden, once again, thank you so much again for taking the time, and good luck the rest of the season. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I'm excited to see what Louisville can pull out.
Of course. Appreciate talking. Thank you for the time.